We've shown you the conditions in busy areas around Omaha. Now we want to get a sense of what traffic is like in Council Bluffs. That's where reporter John Kipper is live. He has an update on the conditions there. John?
Yeah, Jenny, we are on 25th and Broadway right now, so just kind of right in the middle where things are happening. And you can probably tell by the roads behind me, not all that bad. Now, there still is a little bit of snow on the roadways, and there's a lot of kind of that real wet, dirty stuff on there. But for the most part, Council Bluffs City Crew's done an excellent job at least clearing the main arterials. We had no real problems as we were going to this location. I would say people are maybe going 5 miles per hour slower than usual, and that's definitely a safe thing to do. There is no doubt slick spots over there, and as this night progresses, there's going to be more and more slick spots. When you go off on the way a little bit, there are a little bit more snow-covered roads, but again, city crews here in Council Bluffs did a really good job of clearing things, and it is definitely drivable right now as we have the 5 o'clock drive time traffic. And even getting here, going down I-80 from Omaha to Council Bluffs, INDOT, the statewide crews did a good job clearing those and making things essentially passable for us and able to get here in a relatively timely manner. So not too bad over here, but obviously still not great. If you can avoid these roads, that makes it better. There aren't as many cars on the roadways as there normally would be at this time, and that has certainly helped out matters. So if you don't have to go anywhere, stay home, but if you do have to go through Council Bluffs, it is okay, especially down along Broadway. That's all I have for you now, Jenny. We'll talk to you more at 6.
Thanks, Kip. Here's a look at the snow plows all across Iowa. You can see there are a lot of them out and about right now. They're also sending back pictures of the conditions. You can see this map on iowa511ia.org. Crews have been working throughout the day to keep the tarmac cleared out at the Omaha airport. This is video of when they were working to help keep planes coming in and going out of Epley Airfield. A few delays and cancellations. The cancellations were to Chicago and Minneapolis. We caught up with some travelers who took some extra time driving to the airport.
Main roads were clear enough. You had at least tire tracks to drive through. Switching lanes and that was a little bit of challenging 4x4, so that helped to make things a little bit easier. I saw other folks spin in and trying to get some traction.
And let's take a look at how those flights are doing right now on the big board. There are a few delays out there, some cancellations later this evening. Good idea to check with your airline on flights today. You can see this at flyoma.com. Let's get another update right now on the conditions in Sarpy County. That's where reporter Ruta Olsenaida is. Ruta?
Yeah, Jenny, so we are on Cornhusker Road. We're heading towards Bellevue, and I'll show you what it's looking like outside. It's finally starting to get a little dark now, so we're seeing some of that drizzle come down, and it's getting a little harder to see. So we just want to make sure that everyone is taking those extra precautions when it comes to driving on conditions like this, increasing that distance, making sure you're slowing down because the roads are getting a little messy here. Now, everyone's taking it slow, which is good to see, but with that reduced visibility, again, we just want to push those extra precautions. Now, some cars we've noticed here on Cornhusker Road have had a little trouble making some turns. Again, it's still slippery out here, so if you're making those left or right turns, just do it with a little extra precaution, giving it a little extra time, and make sure you're really just going down that checklist today. Conditions aren't the worst, but they're not ideal. So if you can take those extra precautions, you should. If you're done with your evening commute, I would just recommend staying home for the rest of the night, maybe watching a movie and just taking it easy. Earlier today, La Vista Police Department announced that they were on accident alert, meaning they're responding only to injury accidents. So if you're in a little fender bender, just make sure you're exchanging information and again, driving safe on the roads. For now, reporting live, Ruta Olsenaida, 3 News Now.
The cold weather can take its toll on our pets, too. The Nebraska Humane Society is reminding people to keep a close eye on pets when they're outside tonight through the weekend. Long exposure to the cold, wind, and wet conditions can lead to frostbite for pets, too. It's important to make sure they have a place that they can go to get out of the elements, but it's also important to double-check your surroundings to make sure they haven't cozied up somewhere they could get hurt.
Cats are pretty good at finding warmer places, but unfortunately sometimes that might be your car engine once you've stopped it. So if you have a car that's parked outside and you know there are cats outside, and even if you don't, it's a good idea to bang on the hood when you go out. I mean, you're going to be probably scraping it off anyway, but make some noise so that they leave.
Pam Weiss says it's also important to make sure pets have access to fresh water, so make sure you're double checking to make sure that water bowl isn't frozen over in these conditions. Here's a cute video of the zoo animals checking out the snow. The Omaha Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium shared this on Facebook. Looks like they're having a lot of fun out there. The brutal cold temps have homeless shelters in the area full tonight. The Open Door Mission is calling it a cold blue weekend. You can find more on their operation and how you can help, plus all of our winter storm coverage in our 3 News Now app.